Alright y'all, so I'm going to tell y'all about this time when this pimp came up to me when I was living in LA, and this guy was trying to get your girl. Do you hear me? I moved to LA when I was about 18. And I lived in Los Angeles City, so you know, the big sunshine and the clouds and the palm trees. That's what I woke up to every single morning. And where I lived at, if you ever been to the city, or if you are from Los Angeles, and you know that some of the places like have apartments, but the apartments, they look more like houses. So like when I first moved there, I was like, oh, that's a house. No, some of them are apartments. Like, that's where I was living. I was living where it's like a house, and it looks like a house, and then like it's one door. You walk in that door and there's like maybe like 3 doors there. I don't know how many doors was there, but there was some doors there, okay y'all? So for me, every morning I would wake up. I had a dog. I got a dog in LA, and his name was Gigi. I love me some Gigi. He was such a sweet little dog. Every morning I usually wake up, go and walk the dog, and go to 7-Eleven, because I live right down the street from a 7-Eleven, so I would always go and walk the 7-Eleven and always walk my dog up and down the blocks, around the blocks and stuff. So this morning, and then whenever I had Gigi with me, then I would walk the 7-Eleven and then like tie him up until I come out the store. So that's what I did. So I usually do. So this one morning, I get up, I'm tired out of my mind. So I just throw on some jeans, throw on a t-shirt, and just have my hair out. Woke up, went to go to the store and walk Gigi like I always do. And this time, instead of walking Gigi the normal way, I decided to walk Gigi like towards the gas station way. Like there's like a gas station on a corner, and then a 7-Eleven that I usually walk to is on the opposite corner, going the opposite way. So I decided to go this way. I don't know why I decided to go this way when I always don't. So I'm walking my dog that way, and I go into the gas station, and then this guy, he's like looking at me, and I'm like, okay, you're looking at me. He's maybe like, I would say like maybe in his 50s. Maybe in his 50s. It could be like late 40s, early 50s. He's like a medium built guy. He's African American. Something like just a normal guy. But he was older. He kept looking at me. And at the time I'm like 18 or 19 years old. And I'm just like, stop looking at me. You know? Like, get on with your life. It's early in the morning. Don't got time for you. Stop looking at me. So then the guy, he approaches me, and he's like, oh, you don't look like you're from around here. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you don't look like you're from around here. And I'm like, no, I actually recently moved here. He's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay. So I start walking the opposite way. I start moving myself away from this crazy man. And I try to start walking walking away. So as I'm walking, he comes and he walks with me. And I'm like, no, buddy, I'm leaving. And he's following me. And he's like, well, do you know what a guy like me can do for a girl like you? And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, no, I don't. Sir, I don't know what a guy like you can do, because you won't be doing it with me. So then he's like, continue, and he's like, you're beautiful. Oh, you can be on the cover of a magazine, and you're this, and you're that, and I can show you some things in life. And I'm just looking at him. At this time, I was actually already modeling in LA. So I was already doing some of the things that he was saying. Like, living in LA for me was like, I would go on modeling jobs, and I would go to the beach or go shopping. Like, that was LA for me. So the things that he was mentioning, I was just like, whatever. So the guy was like, well, I live right over there. And if you know LA, you can be in a really okay neighborhood, and then you can be in like a really wealthy neighborhood in a split second. So that's where I kind of live. Apartment type place. But then like right down the street, it was like $1 million houses, like mansion size houses. And I'm just like, it's like, yeah, I live right there. You should come with me, like come follow me there so I can show you my house. And I'm like, no, dummy, I'm not going anywhere with you. So I keep on walking and try to outrun this guy. And he's like, you're not going anywhere. You're coming with me to my house so I can show you what I need to show you. And I'm like, no, I am not. I'm not going anywhere with you. Like, get the heck out of my face. So at this point, it's like causing like a scene. People at the gas station is like looking at us like, what is really going on? Because this is like early morning, but more like, I mean, it's early morning, but it was maybe like, and not too early, it was maybe like around 11 a.m. So it was people out. People were out. It wasn't like a middle town. Like, this is Los Angeles. So people were out. People were on a bus stop. People were walking by. People at the gas station. People at the convenience store. People are just there. So people are looking like, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he trying to approach me? Because at the time, I'm 18, 19 years old. But me, 18 or 19 years old, I was skinny. I was always under 100 pounds. I was really skinny. I was just this little skinny girl, and that's just who I was. So I was 18, 19 years old, but I'm sure I looked maybe like 17 at the time, 16, 17. I looked younger than what I actually was. So the guy, he just keep on adamant, like he's just keep on telling me I have to go to his house. I must go there. I can help. He can help me in some type of way, like as if I needed his help. Inside, my dog, he's like barking at this guy like, oh, you know, stop, whatever. Like, my dog even noticed that something was wrong. I didn't feel safe. I was scared out of my mind, actually. And I didn't have my cell phone at the time for some odd reason. So here I am. And the guy is backing away a little bit. So I start walking again, and I'm walking really fast. And I'm talking louder as he's, you know, he's continuing to talk. I'm trying to talk louder so more people can see. So just in case, you know, something happens, this guy tried to take me, this guy's tried to do something with me, at least I would have all of these witnesses. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like talking loud, like, no, I'm not going. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to go with you. No. He's just like, I have other girls at the house waiting. You need girlfriends that you can hang out with, and I'll give you all this money and you'll have girlfriends. And I'm just like, dude, I don't care what you're trying to sell me. I'm not going with you. I don't need your money, and I don't want your money. I was 18 or 19 years old, but I had money. At this time, I worked my butt off, saved my money, and went to LA with a lot of money. So I did not need this man's money. At that point, I didn't need it. I didn't need it. I didn't want it. And even if I didn't have it, I wouldn't have went with him. So he's like, I told this man, I said, I don't need your money. And I was like, listen to me. Listen to me clearly. I'm not going with you. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. And if you follow me, if you take one more step, then I'm calling the police. Okay? I'm calling the police because I feel like you're harassing me at this point, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And if he approached me, then it was about to go down. Like butter popcorn, it was about to go down. So the guy, so he starts walking away. He's like, all right, whatever. I'll see you again. And I'm like, skirt? What do you mean you won't see me again? You won't see me again.
I told him, just to let you know, my father is a cop. And if you ever approach me again, then I will have you arrested.
Well, my father is not a cop, but I use that as like some type of defense mechanism so that this fool can leave me alone and go on, so I can go on with my day. So I guess the word cop really got to him, and knowing that my father was a cop really got to him. So this guy just walked away. He crossed the street. As I saw him cross the street, and I just stood there, and I was just like, alright, I'm gonna wait until I see this fool like actually go far enough for me to actually go back home. It's like, my dog is like frustrated. If you have a dog, like, they like to go on their walks and they have fun and stuff, but if something irritates them and they start to barking, then that's when they're like, I'm done with this walk. Like, they become frustrated too. So me and my dog were both frustrated, and I'm ready to go home. I started walking back towards the house, but then out of the corner of my eye, who do I see trying to walk towards me. The crazy man. The crazy man. He didn't go anywhere. He just crossed the street, and this fool must have crossed the street. This fool must have crossed back over the street, and I didn't even see him. I can see him like out of the corner of my eye, and I see him like coming towards me. I'm like, oh my God, not again. Like, what am I going to do? Like, maybe he went home and got a gun, or got some type of weapon or something, or maybe he called someone to come get me, or I didn't know what this crazy man was about to do. But I was not about to just stand there and let him catch up with me. That's not what I was going to do. And I wasn't about to go back home for him to know my address. So I was like, forget this. I'm just going to go to 7-Eleven, because at 7-Eleven, I go there so often, I know the people who work there. So I know that if I'm at least near 7-Eleven, then, you know, the people that I know, maybe they'll help me, or maybe they'll defend me or something. So I'm walking towards 7-Eleven, and he's still walking, like, you know, towards me. So I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get home? Like, what's going to happen? Like, maybe I need to call the police, because I really feel really terrified right now. Like, this fool is following me. He's trying to get me to go to his house, and he sounds like some type of pimp, which I knew he was a pimp. After reviewing it in my mind, I'm like, I hear about this type of stuff in movies and in TV shows, but I did not think that this would ever happen to me. Not at all. Like, I didn't. So I go closer to 7-Eleven, and then he just stops. He just stops following me. He goes back to the gas station or convenience store at the corner, and he starts talking to some other guy, and he stays there for a while, because I kept my eye on him. He stood there for a while, and then he eventually crossed back over to the street and went on with his life. Looking both ways, making sure this fool isn't following me, making sure as I'm going towards my house, I'm making sure I see other cars going or people. So I wait for another person to walk down the street. As I see someone else walking down the street, they look about my age. It was a guy. They looks about my age, and I'm like, okay, he can defend me if this fool comes back. The guy didn't speak any English, the boy, so I don't know any Spanish, but I'm just like trying to talk to this dude I'm just trying to talk to this guy, like, alright, follow me, someone follow me. Like, I'm trying to tell this dude that, like, can you help me if this guy comes back? Because this crazy guy, like, he was trying to, like, kidnap me or something. I took Spanish in school. Why couldn't I remember any Spanish at that point? I couldn't. So, yeah, the boy, he actually was really nice. I went back to my house and went inside with my dog, and it was all over. I went in the house, and then I looked out the window to make sure that fool was not anywhere near where I was. So every morning, instead of walking by myself, I started to walk with my friend every single day, because I didn't want to walk alone. If you have a dog, and if you're going out to walk your dog, make sure you always keep your eyes open. If you're ever approached by any men or any guys, women, then always be ready to protect yourself. Never fall for any crazy guy telling you to go back to his house for any type of reason. You have no reason to go to any guy's house, especially someone you've never even saw a day in your life before. Especially like pimps and guys, they are known to like lure you in with money, gifts, some type of cash, befriend you. Do whatever you need to do, because there is some crazy people in this world, and now that there are cell phones out here and Facebook, Twitter, or even YouTube, now that all of these things are out here, you have to be extra careful, because you're putting yourself out there, and you never know like who's actually watching you. So always carry your cell phone. So thank you guys so much for watching this with me. Let me know what you guys think about this crazy guy. Like, I have so many more crazy stories from when I lived in LA and in my modeling career. Oh my God, there's so many different stories that happened to me in LA and also like throughout my life. So if you want to see more story times, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below. Thank you again. We love you. Peace.
When you